And we are here with Stockton University head coach Scott Bittner and seniors DJ Campbell and Jalen Collins after their first round game against Tufts University in the NCAA tournament. Coach, if you could just begin with an opening statement about the game.
I just think if you would have said that the game was in the 50s beforehand, I would have thought that it would have been their kind of game and not our kind of game. It looked like it was going to be 70, and then, we've had a tendency all year when things got tough, we slowed down and not sped up. And we slowed down and we just didn't, execute, in the half court. I give them a ton of credit. They changed their ball screen coverage at the end. They ambushed some things. There was loose balls that didn't go our way, a few of them, and a few of them they just wanted a little bit more. And, a lot of the game just comes down to effort and want.
And then DJ, you scored the three-pointer going into halftime to obviously switch the momentum a little bit. Just talk a little bit about what that felt like, what you were thinking as it was happening.
I thought that was the one that was gonna put us over the top going into the second half, but we came out a little nonchalant. We didn't play as fast as we did in the first half. But definitely when I hit that three, I was telling my teammates that was the one that's gonna give us the momentum to go into the second half for us to push the lead, but it didn't happen to be that way. So.
And Jalen, to you, obviously didn't come out on the right side of it tonight, but that atmosphere, especially towards the end, it got pretty feisty, pretty intense. Both sets of fans, screaming and yelling and having fun. Just being in the tournament, what was that like? What did that kind of feel like tonight?
Special, definitely a special feeling. I've been in college a while, so just to get that experience was amazing. I loved every second of the game. Unfortunately, it didn't come down our way, but we had our game plan. We knew what we had to do. So, I thought we played a great game. Respect to Tufts University. But yeah, it's a special feeling. That whole game was just the atmosphere, the crowd. The energy behind the bench. It's surreal and feels like a tournament feeling. It was special.
And coach, of course, it's tough to go out in the first round, but you're only here because you've had a good season. So if you could just kind of talk about this group, talk about this year, and what led you to even get to this point.
Our seniors led us to the point. Going into the season, we felt we'd have a chance to be pretty good. We had some ups, some downs. We lost some guys. We played without our point guard the last 8 or 9 games, and he was a stable factor for us, and he was also another guy on the floor that could shoot the ball. And then when we lost him, we had to reinvent ourselves again. So there was 4 times during the course of the year where we started with this team, and then we lose a guy that in the first semester that was probably our second best perimeter scorer in the big games that we won, and then we lost him, and then we bring in a transfer, and so we added him, and then the point guard goes down. So it just some peaks and valleys throughout the season, but that's the mission of our program is to teach life skills through our sport. And our season mirrored life in a lot of ways, right? Ups and downs. And how you respond to adversity is a lot of times determines who you are, not only in athletics, but on the basketball court. And we weren't great when things got rough. Throughout the season, we had a lot of trouble, staying mentally tough and present. And to me, mental toughness is being able to move on to the next most important thing, regardless of what's happened in a game, and we weren't good at that all year, and I thought that bit is at the end.
And then DJ, obviously leaving a massive legacy behind, breaking the record, scoring over 2,000 points. What does it mean to be able to leave that legacy and leave an imprint on your university?
I feel like my legacy coming in was just being a good teammate and being remembered as a guy that worked really hard, not really the accolades and stuff like that. That just took care of himself. So I feel like most importantly, I want to be able to be a guy coach can use, for example, in a practice, or my teammates, my freshmen, they can reflect on me on how hard I worked and how I treated the coaching staff, how I shared my stuff like that. So more towards me being a better teammate than the accolades. That just came along the way. I didn't. That wasn't a goal of mine. I didn't set that.
So you were process oriented. Come on, you got to use the cliches. You got to get up here. You got to use the cliches.
Yeah, I guess. So, but the 2,000 points, that wasn't really a goal in mind. That just came with hard work and just being a good teammate every day. So I feel like my legacy is more of being a good teammate and being a coachable player.
What a good answer. That was
Appreciate that,
We
DJ.
prepped him. So really.
And Jalen, I'll throw a similar question on you. Like you mentioned, you've been in college a long time, senior year, kind of wrapping it up here. If you could just reflect on your career, what it's meant, and just some final thoughts here.
For me, being able to play basketball all around the U.S. Was really special. Taught me a lot of things. Early in college, facing adversity, not knowing what outcomes were, and just persevering and staying tough, and that really helped me be able to get to the point where I am now. I'm very appreciative of Coach of letting me come to here, play here, have some leadership responsibilities, and be looked up to as a guy that can, if you need anything, you could go to, anything, basketball, on the court or off. That's what I've learned throughout my years from older guys. So I kind of, as a senior, was just trying to do that, helping everybody get to where we wanted to be in our minds as well as on the court. And it was a special year for me. It was very special to play back in New Jersey again. I haven't played in New Jersey since I was 18 in high school. So unreal experience for me this year. Best record I've ever had playing with it in the college. Special guys on this team. Guys that I know will do good when we all get our degrees, when we all move on to the next parts of our life. And that's what is most important. And you realize that throughout college, what is really more important. And I've learned that, and I'm very grateful for the experiences I have had.
Appreciate that.
Loved every second of my career, really, really did. So.
Appreciate that answer, Jalen. And Coach, just any final thoughts before we wrap up here?
No, I mean, we were in the locker room, and we were so much better connected today as a group, and it's kind of what we've been striving for. So after the game, the pain was worse today. Like last Saturday, we were like a fragmented group, and you can't win when you're not connected. Today we were connected, and it hurt more, and it's good. It's supposed to hurt, right? The other day we kind of all went our separate ways, not thinking we weren't ever going to play again this season. So I like the fact that the group is leaving today together and knowing that they were in a good battle, and they fought and they were together. Whereas the other day we just kind of like were out there, like one guy's on that island. So I mean, life is about relationships and connectivity and friendship and all that, and I feel like we have that. The other day we left and I'm like, well, that guy's there, So I thought it was a great experience regardless.
Thank you.
We
Thank
gotta
you all.
speed it up, right?